So how to share this? I share the event, but I cannot. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I think we are live now. I am Sára from Budapest, from Hangvető, and hi, Mila from Sofia. And hi,
Hello,
Goran.
everyone.
Hello. Unipod.
So, this is MOST Music Talks, and these talks are part of the MOST Music project. This is a project which aim is to develop the Balkan world music market. We have already started 2 years ago, and it's run by Hangvető and 8 other partners, including Bulgarian Music Association with Mila. And it's supported by the Creative Europe of the European Union's framework program. And we are here because we just opened up our calls for artists, bands, festivals, event venues. Our goal is to help Balkan musicians, young managers, to get into the festival, international stream, to meet new people from other countries, to find new audiences. So first of all, check out mostmusic.eu, our website. The calls are out, but we will talk about it later on, because now we are here to talk about MOST and our experiences at WOMEX. WOMEX is the biggest world music meeting, expo, showcase of Europe, and I think definitely one of the best, greatest in the world. So it's an honor to present our guests. So Mila Georgieva from the Bulgarian Music Association, partner in MOST, and Goran Milošević, songwriter, drummer of Naked from Serbia. So glad to see you are here. And the fun thing is that we have finally met in person at WOMEX in Porto, Portugal, and it wasn't a Zoom meeting, which we have a lot in the last 2 years. And for me, WOMEX was the first, so I lost my WOMEX virginity, but for you, you are much more experienced. So let's talk about it and hear about your experiences. I thought I should ask, how is life in Sofia and with the COVID, but I don't want to talk about COVID. So let's talk about good things with a positive attitude. So my first question is, which was the worst hangover you had at WOMEX?
First hangover.
Or the best?
Or the best?
I don't
because
know.
You had to drink at WOMEX, right?
Oh, yeah. But when you are in a country like Portugal, drinking is like they have this wine, like I was swimming in this wine all day long. I'm sorry, but that was true.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you know, we are Balkan people, like when it comes to alcohol, we can hold our drinks, and our hangover is, we need to do something really, really big to have hangover, I believe. I didn't have hangover at WOMEX,
right.
not because I wasn't drinking, because it was such an action and you actually don't want to miss. Not that I didn't have my evenings, but the mornings were actually pretty good. Probably the wine is quite good.
Yeah, more or less it was the same for me. Yeah, it was all, you know, beautiful moments and amazing wine. It's really, they don't have bad wine, so we enjoyed a lot. And also not so much, you know, hangovers. It was every night we were, you know, enjoying in glass of wines and enjoying the music. So it was more like that, you know, like satisfactory, guaranteed.
Oh, you are professionals.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk seriously. So, what did you enjoy the most at WOMEX?
Well,
which showcase?
Sorry, it was there's some interruption.
Yeah, bad connection from your side.
Yeah, from your side, Sára.
Oh.
So maybe we can just repeat the question. I didn't hear the question.
And
we will talk.
So what did you enjoy the most at WOMEX? Which conference?
Please, Mila.
Well,
the most networking panel.
I was responsible for, together with my colleagues, for our stand there. I didn't have the opportunity to visit a lot of the conference panels. But anyway, I don't know if somebody will say something completely different. Like the biggest thing in WOMEX are the showcases and all the experience to just run around and try to check out everything, which is not possible. Of course, they are running at the same time. But I had really, favorite things to me. Pretty good venues there were. I really loved all of the venues, especially there's the balloon stage and the Coliseum stage. I really liked them a lot. So there were a lot of things that I was listening to, from like very powerful projects and dance projects to very ethno jazz projects. I cannot say if I have one favorite or something like that. Of course, there are things that were not my cup of tea. But yeah, there you have such a huge choice when you want to listen. So
yeah. From my side, because we had a showcase, we were very focused on that side. But we also managed to visit. I was visiting the conference in the morning. I think it was on Friday, and it was held maybe also by MOST, or maybe MOST was involved in it. And there was even from Exit, Login, and Bojan Georgieva from Serbia, and they were speaking about the possibilities to play, to open the more Balkan to the Western countries. And
yeah, this was the MOST music panel session. Yes,
I was also a speaker there.
Yeah, so it was normal for us to be there because we know all these people, and I was just curious to listen how this idea of the MOST were involved, with the artists who are already there, and the future possibilities with Exit. Let's say they will have showcase festival in the Exit next year, and similar ideas where it's growing and how it's developing. So I'm curious about all this MOST idea and love it. And of course, all the showcases after, and we were also on our stand. We have a huge stand there, so we were organizing party, drinking rakia, and this is the part of experience at WOMEX. I mean, I can continue to speak about experience at WOMEX, but maybe you can ask, then I will talk.
Yes, it is why we are here. So as a band, I think it's quite a difficult thing to find the buyers at WOMEX, because there are 1,000 other bands there. So what was your strategy to find those people who could be interested in you?
This year? Or
and also you can talk about the last year's experiences, of course.
We are coming to WOMEX last 6 or 7 years, so we are growing with a WOMEX idea, and we love it. We are becoming WOMEX family with many of the organizers and artists there. I will try to keep it short as possible, but it's not easy to put all this.
We have time.
Yeah. Okay, as for everyone, the first WOMEX or even second, third was like a big surprise. You don't know, with who you speak. You are there with more than 2,500 professionals from all over the world. So it's overwhelming. It can be, and you have to be really thoughtful with who you will spend your energy and time, because people, when you first meet you there, let's say we were first time when we went there, nobody was knowing us, nobody was caring about us. You are just one of the 1,000 bands there, or members of the bands who are walking around and trying to have 30 seconds time of the organizers or booking agent or whatever. And it was
usually one question. Usually the whole band is at WOMEX?
No.
All the members?
No. It was we are 4 now. In this year we are 5. Usually Vane, bass player, and me were there, and we were trying to look for our development as a band, because the first time we went to WOMEX we had 3 albums. Now we have 5. We are working on 6. So it was like a logical step for us to visit, World Music Showcase, the best in the world, and to connect with all these, amazing producers, organizers. And it's really not easy. But we were clever enough to bring bottles of rakia, and as everybody mentioned and everybody knows, rakia is, familiar drink in Balkan. So they just, when you ask, let's say, I will not mention names, but in the first years, we were approaching to the buyers of the bands, and they will say, "Oh, who are you?" "Yeah, I'm Goran from the band Naked, blah, blah, blah. I have 10 seconds for you." And speak. And after 10 seconds, they just, and then they are going, So it was like happening all the time, First year. Then the second time we meet this guy, you have 10 seconds. And he said, yes, I have 10. Okay, drink rakia. We will not speak. So he took rakia and then we move. So this is the kind of connections, like really basic, but you have to know with who you have to choose with who you speak. There are so many people, and you have to choose who can help you with your idea of your band, you know. So on the second year, we met some guys from Chile who have World Music Festival there. In our minds, we visualize ourselves to be in Chile and to play on that festivals. So we were pushing this guy. Hey guys, you have time? He said, no, we don't have today. We can speak tomorrow. Tomorrow, I cannot speak tomorrow. I will speak on Saturday. So we were pushing him 3 days, 4 days, going there, visiting him, giving him flyers, CDs, you know, the rakia. And on 4 days, he had, okay, I have 5 minutes, tell me. And then we spoke who we are and from where we are coming, and said, okay, maybe I have World Music Festival in Chile, in Santiago. It's very interesting. We will stay in touch. So we were pushing with the emails, like 6 months of emailing after that. So it's really, this is for one person. So it's really not easy. And at the end, he'll have to like your music and what you're doing. And first of all, he have to see that you are professionals, that you have the professional band who will come, who will, you know, do all these things, musicians have to know and to learn about this. Have you ever had rakia? Yes, of course, many. But I'm not a big drinker. It's not about that. It's about, you know, sharing the passion and love and trying to stay in the mind of the big fish in this business. So yeah.
But before a WOMEX, do you already try to schedule meetings with people, like important, I don't know, managers, festivals?
No.
Or it's all happening there?
No. We have to see each other. And after 4, 5, 6 years, you become really good friends with them, and then you become like families. And then, you know, now in the first years, very huge agency from Germany. We tried to approach them. They were just saying, no, go away. And after our showcase, these guys arrived and said, guys, this was on fire. Here, we want you next year. We, you know, take this, call us here. So, you know, it's very long and developing process, but you have to know what you want.
So this year was different because you were playing at the WOMEX stage.
Yeah, and everybody knew.
We can watch a 1 minute video of the concert. And then you can talk about how it changed the experience.
Nice.
This was a really fun concert. All the MOST team was dancing.
Yeah, nice.
In the back.
I think I saw someone. Yeah.
So how was it for you, Goran?
you know, it was like something what you are pushing for years, and it's coming, you know. So we all remember just entering the stage, and then, you know, nobody remember the shows. We just remember when you finish and say hello, thank you. So, I mean, not really, but it's almost like that, you know, because it was really, we were pushing for years, you know, to come and help to the MOST, really, and to the slot we got. I think we left our hearts and sweat there. And, you know, when I see the heads on the concert, it's Alfredo from some festival, the other guy is organizing in Chile festival, the other girl is from India, I think. So the audience is not audience, really. That's all professionals. And if you you know, make them dance and clap, then we got good vibe, you know. So it was really enjoyable and really good that it's happened. Yeah.
And after the concert, people come to you?
Yeah, because we had our agent, Juliana Volož. She was working with us for last 3, maybe 4 years. So she was on the table in the front of the theater, and yeah, she was talking a lot, and we got many invitations, directly after the show. You know, the producer were coming. We got to, you know, many festivals in France. We got invitation to South Africa, in Korea again, in Japan.
Wow.
Probably Chile again, in Europe. I think around 20 gigs, 30 gigs. So it will be nice year if everything is going well, you know, with this situation. And we have new album coming out, so we were giving new CDs, new albums, so everything was perfect. The right moment, you know, for us.
Oh, wonderful.
Sorry for this long you know, talk.
No, and which we forget to mention that Naked is part of the Balkan Music Exchange program of MOST. So you were selected in the first round of MOST, and that helped you to find also opportunities like WOMEX. But now, Mila, how was it from your side?
Sorry, Mila.
You're also representative of the A to Z Jazz Festival in Sofia.
Yes, A to Jazz Festival. Usually, yeah, I'm a buyer when I go to these places. Also WOMEX, but also Jazz Ahead, because we are mostly jazz festival. And it is a very hard time for a buyer also, because I'm not this kind of person that I will ever tell a musician you have 10 seconds, because for me it's quite a weird experience. I'm a musician myself, so will never stop being one. And
what do you play?
I'm a classical pianist, not playing anymore, but this is my education and when my life. But so for a buyer is a very different experience. You have people coming and pitching themselves every 5 minutes, and for example, for 3, 4 days, you can have like 500 people and meeting and chatting, and it's very weird because I don't know if this works actually. This way, for me, it's not working. If you come and just tell me for 30 seconds, this is what I do, listen to this, give me materials and all this kind of stuff, and you go, because of course I'm running, there are 10 people waiting at line or to take your place to talk to me, which is, it may seem cool, but it is actually, I lost count, and for me it's not working that way, to be honest. So first, the most important thing for me, if you are a manager or a band artist that represents yourself at this kind of forums, you should make your homework, because if, for example, most of these people at WOMEX have checked out my festival before coming to chase me and meet me and talk to me, they can see if the project can fit in our programming, because we are there, we are represented at WOMEX, because we are a jazz festival, but we are very open in our programming. Plus, when you talk about the Bulgarian jazz, it is also Balkan. Of course, there are so many there's Balkan elements, Balkan instruments. So here, when you talk about jazz, it is also world. But you cannot forget that this is an A2 Jazz Festival. You see all the names, all the information about the festival and the previous names and the previous artists that have been there are on our website. Check it out and then come and see if I can program something like that. Because you're wasting your time, I'm wasting my time, and it's not bad. And plus, I don't know if just pitching is working, because I think that there are some artists that are not experienced well, and they expect to come to WOMEX and to close deals. You rarely close deals. You make connection there, you network, and it's much better if you approach me and have rakia with me. That's true. And spend some time without pitching yourself. You can, of course, tell me about what you do, because we are already, all of us, we are there to on professional matters. It's not weird to tell me who you are and what you do, and I can tell you who I am and what I do. But just to pitch for 30 seconds or for a minute, and not without doing your homework. So for me, it's good to, if you are an artist going to WOMEX, first to check out in the virtual WOMEX who are the festival representatives or venue representatives. Then to check out the venues and festivals and their programming. To choose some of them that you really think you can fit there, but to be honest about that, because it's not. If they like me, I can convince them to make a show like mine. No, you should know where you are, what you do, and where is your, and what festival you actually fit in, and what program you can fit in. And then you will be happier person, because you won't get this rejection. You will be focused on people who actually you probably will have a good conversation with, and have conversation. Do not pitch yourself. This is something for me, it's not working, and I have always.
So what is a good start with you? Conversation starter with you?
No, come and say hi. I'm this one. What you're doing? I saw a festival. It's great. I've been to Sofia. I haven't been to Sofia. Blah blah blah. I have a band. What do you program? Ask me. What do you program? Do you program this kind of stuff if you haven't done it? Sometimes, yeah, some people are really good, really nice, great fun. Have rakia or whatever you want with me. And we all usually have a stand. And we are also, like, I'm part of Bulgarian Music Association, but also from A to Z Foundation and to Jazz Festival. So we always have a stand. Come by. Have some time, or meet me around when we are at the showcases. This is my recommendation, because it is very important for me to remember someone. When you have so many people, you meet so many people in 4 days, you don't remember everyone.
Yeah.
And I rarely remember somebody just from a short presentation of what they do. This is our recording, this is our project. We have 5-person band, 7-person band, 10-person project, and blah blah blah. So it's good to try to find some more personal communication, to say hi when you are around, because you are 4 or 5 days there together. You can meet each other at the long run. Because I'm very interested how it is working for artists, I'm actually looking and researching this thing. Like, you come, you chat with me, you propose your band to me, and then you see me 4 days around showcase and said, you do not recognize me. This is something you should do. It's not because, I mean, it's the matter of how you make your contact. This is what I can recommend. And usually at WOMEX or at Jazz Ahead or whatever, wherever the forums you are, you make the contact there, and after you start chasing it, as Goran said with the Chile situation, this festival, then you start chasing it. But when I read mails, because I receive around 100 mails per day from bands, agents, managers who want to play or to present something, when I remember you, I have more personal approach. I read the mail, I check everything out, and then we can start talking, because the programmer is a person also, and there is a subjective matter, and you should know this, and you should use it as an artist.
Do you collect CDs
Yes.
at WOMEX and listen to them at home?
I do not own anymore a CD player. And I
We at
collect CDs.
Hangvető, we collect like hundreds of them, and usually Balázs Weyer, our programming director, he listens all of them. It's all here around me, all the CDs.
Same like me. I also have like 100 CDs after every WOMEX.
I always get the CDs. I collect them, and people give them to me, and then I start listening to them and find them in the streaming platforms or somewhere else where I can reach. And then I have good friends that are big fans, and just make them presents with the CDs, like Melomas, because I cannot keep them all here, having in mind I have no CD player. And
so a Spotify code, would you recommend a Spotify code?
For me, always QR codes with playlist works much better. And then, of course, if you can imagine, you need also to get this and to transport all these CDs back to your place, which for me as a woman is I always have luggage. But I bring them all, never left them behind, because for me these are precious. But for me it's much better. So you need to have, like, CD is a promotional material, but you should be in the digital platforms. That's a must.
Yeah.
This year with the MOST project, we produced cassette tapes, and we brought to WOMEX just promotional material to talk about the project. And it was lovely to see that people just ran there and grabbed their cassette tape, and they said, I have at home still the cassette player. But it's just for I think a fun merchandise, but cassette has now a new fashion in the underground scene. But
that's true. It's a hype. The cassette player and the Walkman.
So what other events would you recommend to attend as a musician or as a professional? Because WOMEX is the biggest one. It's not cheap also, but there are some other ones like PIN of Password Production in Skopje. It's also biggest, I think, Balkan event for music conference showcases. Or I really like Ment in Ljubljana.
Yeah, there is Bush, there is Rhythm, there is Seoul Music Week, there is Musica Mundo in Belo Horizonte showcases. There are so many. What other events should professionals? I will say all this what we were saying, but I will advise musicians or bands, even more bands, to save the money for these travels, because maybe you get paid from the government or from the MOST, project as a band for some showcases, but there are so many, and in one point of time, you have to invest a lot of money in the plane tickets, into showcases, to go and visit all over the world, and then you will see what's happening after. It will not happen immediately, but we were in Seoul Music Week, and then we are coming back 3 times there. We will go next year 4 times in South Korea. So you'll never know what's happened. You'll never know. In Brazil, we were there, and they also want us for the tour, but this COVID, destroyed this idea. But we will go back. So we visit also New Orleans. What's the name of the showcase? I forgot the name of the showcase. So you have to invest and pay attention about that you need to invest the money to your travels. Not the whole band, but one from the band or 2, or even one from the band and the agent or whatever. It's good, and depends on how musicians develop this relationship with agents and bookers. But mostly in our case, we took our destiny in our hands, and we were just, going and investing, meeting the people, connecting with the people. So that's the only way. That is the only way. And as much as you can, there is like 2 or 3 years, push all these showcases, and something good will happen. Of course, you have to have good music, like good packages in design, in good music, in original sound. I think everything you have to be there, but and visualize what you want to do. That was the most important part in our, and we are sitting, we are just imagining and where we want to go, for who we want to play. We were imagining, visualize ourselves to these stages, and it's just coming. We are just, it's not metaphysical thing. It's really working in our cases, really working to visualize yourself.
Yes, but as we see, most of the artists, they do not have these skills. They are not so, I don't know, determined or conscious as you, because they are artists. But
it's the same here. Everybody just want to play music and don't do anything about it, and just something will come out from the sky, and you will play all over the world, or all over Serbia, all over Bulgaria, or whatever, So it's not like that. It's not the way it's working like in 80s or 90s. You have one hit, you travel all over the world. Plus, we are working in the non-commercial music, so we can say like that. And it's even harder to put attention to your music. So yeah,
that's exactly why we started the MOST project, because the world music is different than the other, and because to give artists a hand to help them to develop their skills. So let's talk a bit about MOST now and at the end. So the project scope of MOST is the Balkan region, like Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, Kosovo, Albania, North Macedonia, Romania, and Bulgaria. And so, Mila, how do you see it in Bulgaria? Why MOST is important?
Well, for us, MOST is one of a kind opportunity that we can give to our artists, and not only artists and young professionals. Because we don't have, we are now developing this way of digging the path for Bulgarian music export. Of course, Bulgarian folklore music is well known around the world, but when it comes to this, when it comes to world music or jazz or all these other genres, we haven't been very active in marketing. So that's why it is a very important part for what we do. First, for me and for Bulgarian Music Association and the opportunities it gives to artists, but we, not only Bulgaria, I think in the Balkans, we are suffering a lot of the not very good representation of Balkan music around the world, not very well. People do not know it so well. And it's because it is our problem from some point, but that we haven't stepped out for it for a very long time. But MOST is very important because it shortens the ways that people from our countries, and especially I can speak, of course, from my country, we don't have so many opportunities. We don't know them so well. And to shorten the way to get to a showcase or to go to international forums and to international trainings is a very rare and exceptional option. And plus, when there is a funding that you can cover, that MOST can cover some expenses, because as Goran said, this is a very huge investment. And you should be very careful. First, artists should know that this is their investment. Nobody else can make this investment. They can apply, they can have for public fundings, of course, but this is your business plan if you want to make money make living out of what you do. And yeah, MOST is very important for us because it gives opportunities that are for us now probably one of the few. And it gives a very direct path to first other Balkan countries, because for me MOST is a project that also aims not only to export but to strengthen our relationships in the among the Balkan countries, because we need to work more together. And so yeah, I don't know what else I can say, but it's a very important and very good opportunity that MOST gives to our artists and managers.
You're muted.
You're muted.
So we have a question, thank you, from Facebook. So what do you think about the representation of Balkan music and artists at the international showcases like WOMEX?
We were the only one last 9 or 10 years from Serbia. Oratnica was the last year, but this was digital, so it's not the same. Oratnica
and
from
Amir and
Bulgaria. Yeah, but I think they should put more bands, because we have huge artists here and amazing musicians here, and we need more attention to this. And on this MOST conference, the girl or the woman from Piranha, she also said, like, oh, I didn't know you have such a wonderful music and festival, blah blah blah. So somebody from Piranha said like that. So that's your job to know what region is for. I mean, whenever we travel, everybody are like, yo, you're crazy Balkans. You play these odd rhythms. You play amazing music. We want, to see you. We want to come to Serbia, to Bulgaria, to Balkan. So they are playing like little fools. So I would like to put huge attention that we musicians from Balkan and bands from Balkans need to have at least once a year at WOMEX some showcase.
I do also agree that Balkan music is very poorly represented, not only at WOMEX. But I can also say, because of course I mentioned Jazzhead many times, but this is the other forum I'm active at. So even though I don't remember, to be honest, I've been to Jazzhead several times. There was never a showcase from the Balkans. Never. I mean, from my experience. Never. From my experience, I mean, I have never listened to this kind of, not listened since I go when I check and I see for a few years. But anyway, I just want to, this WOMEX, I dedicated a lot of talks with people exactly about that. Festival organizers, because I approached them as a festival organizer and also representing Bulgarian Music Association. And I'm asking, okay, do you have Balkans? Do you have Balkans? Do you have Bulgarian musicians? Yes, we do have one in a band that is from the Netherlands, and it is a woman playing something. And I said, okay, but you say this is a Balkan music festival or a world music festival or even festivals that are dedicated to Balkan music or Southeastern Europe. And you don't have artists from there. You use some projects that live in your country. And like most, of course, we all do have a lot of musicians living abroad and playing with different with foreign musicians. Great, that's good. But I don't know what is the problem. I know that these festivals are very much programmed and based on different kind of cultural exchange. Public fundings from the country's export offices. We are not very good in that, but we are working a lot. And I'm pretty sure that, not pretty sure, I know that if somebody is interested for an international festival, is interested in a Bulgarian band, we'll find a way to fund it if they need to have some funding or to share, because this is the situation in the moment with EU fundings and local fundings. A lot of programmers and festival directors are used to have support financial from the countries that they invite bands from. This is
the good news is that now Bozar, our partner in MOST in Brussels, is organizing a Sea Festival. So it's a Southeastern European festival with a lot of Balkan bands.
No Bulgarian band. I already discussed this with them, but because I was nagging to everyone. I know a lot of people when I was nagging to them. How do you say you make a Southeastern Europe or a Balkan and you don't have Bulgarian bands?
We cannot include everyone.
I know. I know. But this was the question, and I'm really enthusiastic when it comes to that. And it's a matter of approach. But as I want to say to the forum organizers, that because they are approaching a lot when you want to invest money and to have a stand there, but when you we don't get anything in I mean, when you want to invest from us to invest more and more and more and never ever choose a Balkan band and you showcase, why do I have to invest and to increase my investment? I'm pretty honest, and I was pretty honest with them when I told them this.
And what was the answer?
No, they were looking in the ground. It's a matter of business if you want to. I'm not trying to bargain, but you should know, like, is it possible to have a European showcase and never to have a band from the Balkans?
It's also maybe about the branding of the Balkans, or
but we are 2021. Isn't that a branding of Balkan too? I mean, we're 2021. We are part of this.
We are savages from Balkan, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have to change that.
Yeah, but from one point, because I go around the world, of course, meeting a lot of people, and because we are also considered as new markets. So a lot of people are very interested in us because we do not appear so often. And then when you see an Eastern Bloc, you see probably some money because of Russia, something, you don't know. I have such different approaches from around the world when I go somewhere, and they're very interested in make you invest in their forums or in their organizations or in something. But they are never ready. They don't know what to give you to give you for as an exchange for that, because you're looking for something there, and you are developing partnerships, and partnership is a two-way street. Sorry, but I'm honest. This is the way actually a lot of Western markets have worked their path. They have negotiated slots in the showcases, in the forums, everything. And because we are not so long in this market, so active, now we try to dig our paths, but we need to say our conditions. I'm sorry, probably it's quite firm, but that's true. And they should recognize us. Because we are talking about gender balance, we are talking about LGBTQ, we are talking about racism, we are talking about a lot of stuff. But we are people from the Balkans. We are not, we do not fit in none of this one, but there is discrimination, and I really personally get it like that. Sorry, probably it got too serious.
And even as a woman, I think it could be worse.
I know. From in my country, it's not like that. Like, I can always say like that. Probably one or two things that communism left us that are probably good. And during the communism time in Bulgaria, there are very big women, and women here. We are in the top position in Europe for a country with most women on management positions and high salaries. So I do not feel discriminated, or I don't feel have this personally this gender balance problem. But I know it's real. But when you say when you're from the Balkans and you've been discriminated because nobody's choosing band from Balkans, nobody's interested in this business in the Balkans. So yeah. It's also a discrimination, but it's not in this official, modern.
Goran, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's very
because you
similar.
are a successful band, but do you feel that as well?
Successful, in the world music, that's really, really good. But
Sorry.
it's more like the first approach when we were unknown. It was like that. What Mila just told, and they know that we don't have support. They know that we are from somewhere, in the south. They probably, many of the people don't know where is Serbia. So, we try to stay cool and explain them, and even better, put them amazing show. So they will remember. That's very good. So I'm just saying, what this girl at conference told me really struck me. Oh, I didn't know that you have music there. I didn't know you have festivals in Balkan. I mean, come on, you are working in Piranha Records. What are you saying? So this hypocrisy or whatever we can call it, it's something I don't like. It's not personal touching like naked like band, but it's something what I don't like to see with the people, So as Mila said, get prepared, do something. If you are, having conversation at conference, you have to learn how many festivals you're there, how many musicians. You have to know anything if you work in Piranha, in WOMEX. If you don't care, then you don't care. So EU until the MOST project didn't care about the funding the Balkans, and in our country, we don't have support for the traveling musicians. We don't have support for bands who want to travel. So with this idea about behind the MOST, it's amazing to have the opportunity. If of course the MOST choose the bands, and I'm also pushing and sending to all my friend musicians. Come on, go there, check this website. You have to learn something. If you need, ask me anything. So yeah, I'm spreading the theme, the subject.
Great.
But we are thinking about, through years, about how to help the other musicians, to put them on our our line, behind us or next to us, and to bring the more musicians from Serbia to the worldwide scene. And the MOST is excellent opportunities for that, So thank you for having us on the first circle of the WOMEX, and thank you for all these good talks. And we had amazing guests when we were having this workshops with you, and it was not something that we didn't hear before, but it's good to summarize your work. And Balázs was very precise with all bands. You have this amount of YouTube likes, you have this amount of followers on Instagram, on Facebook. Everything was written, so all the bands can see actually where are you in this kind of scene, basically. But we were all from the same region, so it's very good idea to slap you in the back and say, hey, you have to do this, you have to do this. And yeah, it's very cool. It's very
and
cool.
Also, as you said, MOST is also about networking, to making connections. I mean, we help people to find those professionals from different festivals and from other parts of Europe, where you can really build a real connection.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all.
This year, hopefully, we will have live meetings and events in person, but who knows? But our calls are now open until December, 12th of December, and we will select all the participants until January. And so the winners will be announced in January, and then we can already meet at Budapest Ritmo in April, and selected bands can also play at the MOST showcase at Exit Festival, who is also our partner. And then there will be a training in Gjirokaster, Albania. So hopefully all these meetings now will be in person. And I think slowly we have to finish our talk because we are almost talking for an hour and it's fantastic and we have a lot of viewers. So thank you for everyone, which is important that check out our calls and please share it, as Goran said, to all those people who are interested in it. And you can also rewatch this video later on Facebook and just text us if you have any message or on Facebook.
Great.
Are there any questions? Yeah.
I see, 2 questions.
Yeah, it's for Mila.
Yeah.
I did suggest on the review to the database to have a more elaborated search engine for the delegate contact list. At the moment, it only enables a search by name and country. So we could do a better planning to understand the identity of each delegate.
Yeah, good question.
That's my thoughts. I truly believe that the search engine should be improved a lot. I also try to find this different, not only delegates. I was trying to find even some other posts and stuff in the virtual WOMEX, and they need to improve this. So good recommendation for them also. We will also give our word to them personally. So we should probably discuss in additional time ideas how we can improve the experience both for artists and both for buyers also. Because I don't think that it is actually for everyone worth the investment at every moment. So everybody needs to know how to make the best out of WOMEX and all the experience. There is another
it was Christine.
Christine from Pirania.
I never said that I didn't know that there were music in the Balkans. Thanks, MOST. I discovered festivals, and if we join MOST, it is exactly because we are aware that it's a very rich region, but not so represented and on focus for now. Christine Sambo from Piranha Arts, our partner.
So Piranha got it, I guess, that got in the review from Gal Tamir that said that, about improving the virtual WOMEX experience.
But it was really, the top experience of 2021 to meet at WOMEX and in Porto.
Of course, it was amazing. And plus it's Porto, and Porto is amazing. And for me, it was the second I went to the European Jazz Conference a month before. But this was like my first big forum since Tampere. Actually,
yes.
So it was amazing experience and the beautiful place.
But the weather was like in Tampere.
Come on, it was raining.
Was sunny.
In Tampere it was -5, and this here was raining, but it was 20 degrees. You can drink wine at 20 degrees and rain outside. So it was awesome. Yeah, so can't wait for Lisbon next year. Again in Portugal.
And let's meet Budapest in April at Budapest.
Yes, Budapest, then exit.
So we're going to see each other around.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you for everyone for coming and listening to us.
Of course.
Check out MOST Calls. Check out the Naked Band. Check out A to Z.
And get naked.
Yeah. And Goran, can you play a little drum at the end for us?
Can you hear me?
And I would say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye,
thank you, Mila.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.